Hi, it's Kylie Koo. Welcome to my studio and today 28 of the ATC a day challenge. So out of my recycling tub I have pulled these tops from beer bottles, and what I'm trying to do is to put a hole into them. Now I had this old doorstop and I'm going to be honest, this was a pretty silly way to try and do this, but it had a screw that was stuck in it. And I was just basically trying to make the hole there and then. I knew it would be difficult. I should have given up much earlier than I did. But no, I kept on at it and on at it and on at it. And you see, there I go again. I'm hitting it down with my tub of glue. And it's hardly denting it. So anyway, I went to the garage and got myself a hammer. And I hammered the holes into them. So at this point I decide that what I'm going to do is to paint the back of the ATC in black gesso. I think I said the back of the ATC, it's obviously the front of the ATC, but yeah, I just wanted to get a background colour down of black. And then I also decided to paint the bottle tops in black as well. So I start with doing the base and the sides, and it's just black gesso that I'm using. This is one of these projects where it kind of started out with one thing in mind, and just during the course of working away it ended up going in a completely different direction. So there I've got my card. I'd left it quite textured, and what I've done now, it was at this point that I changed my mind as to what I was going to do. I had been going to do something with kind of gears, almost a steampunk, but I took out this stencil and I've taken out my Pebeo acrylics. They're iridescent, so using 3 of those colours, and I'm just going to stamp all 3 across the background. Just trying to get there a mixture of different sizes of holes. So just taking each of the colours in turn and stenciling onto the ATC. And all I'm doing there is I've got my eco journal and I'm just using those little bits of excess paint onto some of the pages in that, and I'll be back with more on my eco journal, I guess in a few days time. So I'm now painting the insides of the tops. The outside had more or less dried. And just trying to give that a good coat. I think in hindsight I probably didn't actually need to punch holes in these. I do use it, but I guess I could have just stuck it down with some glue. There we go. I decided to wash my hands at this stage because I had so much black gesso on them. So now that I've got my card and these are mainly dry, I'm looking at how I might place them. And I can't decide if I want all 3 or if I just want 1, 3, or 1, and I decide just to go for the 1. So I want to make a hole right through the card because I want to put one of these brads into it. So just kind of roughly looking at where I'm going to put it. So I take my punch and I'm looking at this point for my awl, the pokey hole tool. And it's not terribly sharp because of course I've been using it the other day to clean out the Glossy Accents bottle, and it's now got a blob of glue on the end, so I'm going to have to try and clear that off a bit. But eventually I get the hole through and then I punch with my Crop-A-Dile. Now I just attach the bottle top with the brad to the card. As I say, I probably could have just stuck this down, but I kind of wanted the gold centre in there anyway. So I now think about what direction I want to take this in. And what I do is I take my glossy accents and I put a good layer of the glossy accent into the bottle top. And I take this packet of beads that I thought quite nicely mirrored almost the colours of the background on the card. There's quite bright iridescent colours. And I basically fill up the bottle top, leaving the centre showing as far as possible. And I'm just using the awl just to push those beads into place, making sure that I've got them all in and firmly fixed. And just a couple of dabs of glue here and there, and just adding in another bead here and there just to make sure it's filled up. So at this point I'm actually starting to think that this is a kind of space type thing, almost a starburst. So I take these stick-on gems, which again just seem to mirror all the colours, and I start to space them out almost like rays coming from something, like either a starburst or a kind of sun of some description with rays coming out. And what I liked about this was when the sun was actually coming out and the light was picking up the different colours and everything was kind of bright and glittery, very colourful. So sticking all those down, and you can see how I've put them all around. And then I decided to simply call this one Altered, simply because of the altered bottle top. So quite a very simple one to create after my initial trying to get the hole in the bottle top. And then to finish it off, I just took some glitter glue in various colours and just went across the background of the card. In hindsight, I probably should have done that before I stuck the various gems in place, but it was really only afterwards that I thought about using that glue and just how it would also lift the colour and make it even more sparkly. Yeah, this one was definitely a colour overload. So just spreading it about with my fingers. At that point I think I'm done, but then I decided that actually the Chit Chat sticker needed some glitter on it as well. And of course just going around the card with the StazOn ink. So that's me just getting a bit to put onto the sticker. And sorry, that's slightly out of shot, but you will see it in just a second. And there we have it. So that's it for today. Quite straightforward. So thanks very much for watching. Bye for now.